All right, guys, we are recording. Let me share my screen real quick. Share screen. And let's do this. Awesome. Can you guys see that? Great. I don't know. I push play, so it's loading now. Awesome. All right. We should be good to go. Let me just remove my little camera because I don't like looking at myself. Oh, I can't remove it. Oh, well. Awesome. So welcome to our shift night. I'm super excited about this call because there was so much that I got from last week's call. And I don't know if it happens to you guys, but every time you're reading a personal development or you're listening to an audiobook, things just align for some reason. Like I stop reading something and then I catch it on later on in a couple of days. And when I read it again or when I read something new, it goes in line with my life for some reason. So that's one of the reasons why I love personal development. And that's one of the reasons why I do a lot of it, not just a specific one book, but I also listen to YouTube videos and I also listen to audiobooks. But that's not what the call is about. I did wanted to touch base on the last week's call. So if you haven't listened to it, make sure you go back and listen to it. It is in our team page. And what I got from that call was about our mind shift and how we need to start, shifting our mind. I mean, we work on our bodies and our nutrition and our team development, but sometimes our mind is not, on the right place at times, or things get tough. And sometimes we plan for things and they just don't go the way they're supposed to. And that's when we block our minds or we block ourselves and we stop pushing play or we stop doing what we're supposed to. So first and foremost, thank you, Sal, for that call because it was really, really awesome. It was about building immunity and personal development, scheduling, and planning for the worst. So that's one of the things that I had to work with. And I think that's one of the things that is pushing me to the next level when it comes to my business and when it comes to my body and when it comes to my soul. So plan for the worst. So that's my little tip before we start. So shifting onto our call today, I wanted to talk about our commitments. Our commitments and how important they are. Because like I shared in the last week's video, when I was coming to the call last week, I was listening to the audiobook and they were talking about how greatness doesn't happen to you when you cross the finish line or when you win the gold medal, but it happens when you commit to something. So that moment when you realize that something needs to change, that moment when you realize that you have to start new habits and get out of your comfort zone, that's when greatness comes in. So we can put one and one together, mind shift and greatness, 180 shift to greatness. It's perfect for our team. That's our motto and that's what we live and that's what we practice every day. So let's get started with this call. And I wanted to share first why I'm so excited about this call. And it's because, as most of you know, at the beginning of this year, I've been trying my hardest so I can grow my team, so I can build my business. And it was working for me for the first half of the year. And even at that point at the beginning, I was looking for a video or training or something that I need to be following every single day, like a blueprint, so I can know that I was working my business. And I don't know if this happens to you guys, but it happened to me how I was just all over the place. It was pretty messy. I was trying to talk to a lot of people at the same time. I wasn't keeping track. And then I realized that wasn't working for me. So I tried something new, a spreadsheet. I was even putting how many pages I was reading a day. And that was just too much because I'm not that organized either. So I went, bananas because I was looking for a YouTube video to tell me, Isaac, do this every single day and you will be successful. Because we all know that we have the vital behaviors. We all know there's training out there that we can actually take and read and listen and watch. But what Sal was mentioning last week is that it has to build around your lifestyle. It has to work for you because not everything is going to work for everyone. And that's actually one of the things that I really, really appreciated from last week's call that made me really think. And that's when I came to build this little game plan for myself that I wanted to share with you guys. Hopefully you guys like it so you guys can start practicing this game plan starting tomorrow so we can finish the month of July strong. We are still in the month of Beat Your Best. And I think we still can achieve that goal if we start doing the things that I'm going to talk about today. And I don't have the time in front of me, so if I'm running short, let me know so I can hurry up. um, so that's how I started this call. That's how I wanted to, go about this call, because I was pretty lost when I didn't know exactly what to do. And then Carla also was mentioning how she didn't know how to close a sale. But at the beginning of that audio message, I was getting the vibe of she was looking for something that she can actually implement starting today, so she can get more sales or get more prospects or help more people. That's, at the end of the day, that's actually what we do. So this is what I'm gonna start doing, and I started doing this on Monday, and it actually has been working for me. I'm actually at 4 successful points at the moment, and it's something that you can start, like I said, tonight, and you can actually build upon it. So let me go to the next slide here. And first and foremost, we always talk about our why, right? And I know that this call is not about building our why or developing our why or sharing our why, but that's one of the key points in any situation, because like I said, things are gonna come and they're gonna knock you down, and you need to remember exactly why you started. So you have to find it, you have to figure it out. What is it that you're gonna be building upon? What is it that you wanna build? What is it that you wanna conquer? What is it that you wanna, how many people is it that you want to help at the end of the day? Because that's exactly what we do. So you have to find it, you have to figure it out, and you have to commit. I think the commit part is the hardest part, because we say that we want to do something, and then at the end of the day, we sometimes don't do it, or we lack the ability to getting up every single day and fighting for our dreams. So please, if you want to take something out of this video, think about your why, and don't just say that you want financial freedom. Build a why that it's actually going to push you every single day, so you can actually get up. And I share with you guys on the page on our team call comment, I put my why, and that's actually the first time that I ever built a strong why. Because, and I'll share with you guys real quick, I know I don't have a lot of time, but my why right now is my kids and my family. And every time I go to work, my daughter cries, and it touches me a little bit. And then when I come back from work, you can just see her face and her joy, and it's like I'm missing out on a couple of hours a day. It doesn't matter how many hours, but I'm missing out on some things that are, coming along their way. And I don't want to leave them alone, or I don't want to leave her alone, because I can just see her expression, and it just gets to me every single time that I see her. And you can ask my wife, you can ask my mom. It could be 10:30 at night when I come from work, and she could be half asleep, and she jumps up as soon as she hears my keys, opening the door, and then she screams and runs at me. So that's the why that actually came up, that it's going to move me. And I would love for you guys to think about it. Go for a big why, a big reason why. Don't be afraid. And actually, if it makes you afraid or uncomfortable, that's even a better why than mine. So make sure that you strive for greatness. Think for something that's going to be moving you every single day. And now to our training. I did wanted to share some tips with you guys that I'm practicing, like I mentioned in the beginning of the call, and it's gonna be talking about Instagram a lot. Facebook, not so much. I think it's just this first page or the second one, but I need to start building my business on Instagram. So I'm committing to myself to work on my business, and this is what the call is about. I want you guys to commit to building your business, because that's what we're here to do. Yes, to build a strong team and maybe financial freedom, but we're in this to help other people. So make sure that you have that in mind. And I know we get Success Club points, but we should start. Something came up of mute. Anyways, am I mute? Am I good? No, I think I'm good. All right. It's helping people, right? So first and foremost, I want you guys to look at your Instagram and Facebook profile as your storefront. And I know that most of you already know this, and this is a great example from Sal, because he went into this, I want to say within a day, and he did a 180 shift to his profile on Instagram, and it looks amazing. And that's exactly what we need to be doing. We need to make sure that our Facebook profile, our Instagram profile is up to date. Make sure that you clean your wall. Hopefully my wife doesn't get mad at me, but she loves to share, funny videos, and she tags me. And it's funny, and I love to interact, but I do hide them from my wall, because when I have people coming into my page, I want them to see that this is a business page. This is a page that I'm going to be motivating you every single day to push stronger and to build that commitment and those habits, so you can build a stronger you. So I want to make sure that they know that this page is for that, and I'm here to help them to succeed that. And if they go in there and they see a funny video, then I don't think I'm gonna deliver that message to them right away. So update your profile pictures, update your banners, making sure that you keep them up to date. Make sure that you not only share the business or the fitness life that you're posting, but also the your personal life, your kids, your family, your workplace. Um, and this is the first tip that I want to make sure that I share with you guys. We need to start posting more, and that goes for me too. I need to start posting at least 2 to 3 times a day, business wise, challenge group wise, and then obviously my personal life, so I can interact with more people. So that's the first thing that I want you guys to realize. And I'm gonna come back to this because posting is extremely awesome for you to reflect who you are, and it's also going to help you with your business. So I'll come back to that in just a little bit. But obviously, stories right now is the thing that is in. Making sure that you play around with them, making sure that you put some audio, some music, some gifs, some hashtags, uh, Instagram stories, Facebook stories. It's what's rocking the business for most of the successful coaches. So give it a shot, because that's like, I see it as a one-on-one connection. You can see right away who's watching your story, and you can see who you're interacting with the most. All right, guys. So this is my first tip for you guys. The first thing that I do when I'm working my business. And a quick side note is that you can actually do this within an hour. So you can have a power hour. I know a lot of us have work and family. You can actually build your business with a couple of hours, and you can do it. You can start it with the power hour, and you can build this within 30. I'll give you some segments of how long it should be taking you for be doing this. But the first thing that I do, I go to my Facebook page. Obviously, that's after my workout. That's after my personal development. Those are the things that we already know. So I want to help you guys and guide you, and maybe give you the blueprint on what I do with my social media, so I can attract more people and I can build my business. So personal development, Shakeology, and my workouts, that's a no-brainer, right? So let me teach you now how to invite and how to recognize. So Facebook is the first thing that I go into, and I actually use it uh, not as much as I used to, and that's because I believe Facebook was my warm market, and I think we all already done our warm market. We went over it, and we talked to them again in 3 times, and they still come. There's still new people that come. Don't get me wrong, but I think Facebook for me is more of a warm market, because what I try to do in the past is invite people that I might relate to here and there, or people that are friends from friends. And when I tried talking to them, and I think this is what hurt me the most, is that I was a complete stranger to them, and they didn't really believe or engage with me. So I've gotten a lot of no's this past couple of months, and it's because it's people that I really don't know, and it's all through Facebook. That's why I'm shifting my business to Instagram. Um, don't get me wrong, like I said, I still get some people from Facebook, but it's mainly my warm market, my family, my close family, and my cousin, like he's just joined a new challenge group as well. So Facebook, number one, I use it to for icebreakers, and it's only on birthdays. So what I do, I go to the birthday list every single day, because you're gonna have someone's birthday that day. So it's extremely easy for you to send a happy birthday message, and you wanna make sure that you end it with a question. You wanna make sure that you ask what they're gonna be doing that day. You wanna ask what kind of ice cream they're gonna be eating, or cake or whatnot, because you wanna make sure that they interact back with you, not just a like back, or not just a wave or a thumbs up, but you wanna make sure that you start building a relationship with everyone, because this is what this business is about. And the second thing that I do with the birthdays is that I clean up my friend list. There's a lot of times that I go through my birthdays, and that's when I realize there's some people that don't really interact with me at all, they don't have the same interests that I do. Sometimes I even send them a message of a happy birthday. They don't even see it or read it, and that's how I clean my friend list. That's how I know that I I can actually, remove as a friend because obviously this is my business and I want my business to grow and I want to have people that follow me and people that interact with my page. So Facebook, I literally just use it for birthdays and for so I can clean up my friend list. That takes about 5 minutes out of my day. Now let's talk about expanding. A lot of the times in that we're trying to invite new people, we don't know who to invite, and it's because we don't expand our market. We don't create that funnel that we can know who we're gonna be inviting next. So this is what I'm starting, and this I just started actually a couple of days ago. I want you guys to create a collection. I don't know if everyone knows what a collection is. Have you guys done them before? A collection is actually, you find it on your homepage, on your profile, and on the bottom right, I don't know if you guys can see it, there's like a little bookmark page, a little bookmark image. You just click on it and you can actually create collections. And those are pictures that you can actually collect. And I'll show you how to do that as well. But the first thing that I want you to do is to create collections. And I want you to create an alphabetical order or alphabetical collection. So you can literally just go A, B, C, D, all the way to C. Or like I did, I put a couple of letters together. And that's because we're gonna be sorting each people that you interact with on those collections. And if you start thinking about it, that's the creation of your funnel. We're creating a funnel that you have someone to talk to, and you're not just lost throughout the day talking to random people. But this is how we're gonna start creating our funnel and who we're gonna be talking to every single day to grow our business.
Is the collection visible to other people?
No,
Okay, okay.
I don't believe so. Don't quote me on that. I'll find out for you, and then I'll comment on the
Let me try to look at yours. No, just kidding. Okay.
Great. So yeah, create collections, and you can just put them in alphabetical order. And this is still talking about expanding. So this is what we're going to be doing next, and this is what I'm doing next. You have to look for big pages, and I know that that's not one of the things that you're taught to do. But if you follow a big page or a big hashtag, you're not going to be messaging that page. You're not going to be messaging that hashtag because you can't do a hashtag anyways. But you're going to be looking at the pictures that are under that hashtag, and you're going to be looking for the comments that of people are commenting on that photo. So where there is a big page like Under Armour that I follow, for example, um, if I see a picture of The Rock and busting up with the cool Under Armour shirt, then I see who likes it and who comments and who puts like a really good comment in order for me to find my new prospects. So Instagram is doing this great thing about finding new people, finding new hashtag, how to interact with people. So Instagram is literally giving us our business blueprint. So we have to make sure that we use all the tools that it has. If you guys notice on the search on Instagram, now it has some tabs on the top that are personalized on what you're hashtagging and what your interests are. So remember, this is about finding people that are in the same season as you are, and they're actually, you're calling people that are like me, that like maybe soccer, that like beer, that like UFC, as you can tell, soccer, things that that I can relate to when I talk to them. So I don't just talk to them out of nowhere and invite them, without even knowing what they like. So like I said, go into a page that you really like. For example, there's a Memo Ochoa right here in the bottom left. I clicked on it, and then you can see who's commenting, and you can actually go to their page to see if you can relate to them. So you go to their page, you make sure they're not a coach. How can you tell they're not a coach? Usually they say something about Beachbody. Usually they have they're usually drinking Energize or Shakeology. So make sure they're not a coach before you follow them, and make sure that their location, you look for their location. Make sure they're in the US, Canada, or the UK, so you can start following them and they can become a prospect. So what you're gonna be doing after you find someone that relates to you, you're gonna be looking at their profile. You're gonna look for about 3 to 4 pictures that you're gonna like, and you're gonna at least comment in one of them. So you have to make sure that you interact with them at least once in any of the pictures. So for example, I don't know if you guys can see this because I think the cameras or the pictures are blocking it. But on the top right, I was going into my fitness journey. I think it was a hashtag, and I found this picture of this person, And actually, this person is a Beachbody coach. But when I went under her comments, there was another person that was commenting that she was trying something completely new that she found on YouTube. So I went ahead and actually commented on a couple pictures that she has. She was running here on the bottom. And then I went ahead and bookmarked that picture that you see at the bottom. I did the connection, and I added her to my connections, so I can make sure that I can go back and I can do a private message, because the sale doesn't come in when you're commenting on their pictures, because you're just trying to interact with them. But the invitation process is going to come when you private message them. Now, this is a hassle to start with, just so you guys know. It takes a long time for you to realize who to follow and who not to follow. But I believe it's like anything. As soon as you get the hang of it, it's going to be a lot easier. And this is supposed to be the fun part of our job, interacting with other people, making sure that you get, your tribe that is coming to you and your team. So I know that this might seem like a lot and a lot of work, but that's what your business is. You have to put in the work. And like I said, within time, I'm pretty sure that it will get a lot faster. I will get a lot faster and a lot better at this. All right, guys. And then number 3, I want you guys to connect with 50 people a day, at least 50 people a day. And what I mean by connect is talking to them. So when you're looking for your prospect and you're leaving a comment, that's you're connecting with one person. And it doesn't have to be a brand new person. You can go back to someone that is commenting you back. And that's literally connecting with someone. You're building the trust so they can actually, follow you. And one of the things that I love about Instagram and when you have a business profile is that you can see how many people has watched or gone through your page. So you can see that 57 people went to your page on this month or whatnot. And you can start realizing that you're doing the right thing when your numbers are increasing. And how do you know that? It's because people are coming and because you're commenting on their photos, you're liking their photos, you're watching their stories. So make sure that we interact with them because this is what our business is about. So when we're trying to connect with people, make sure that we're also inviting them. Make sure that once you build that trust or that relationship, and it doesn't have to be brotherhood trust. It's literally them liking the fact that you comment on one of their photos, going back the next day, going back to your collections, choosing 1 or 2 collections a day so you can go through those lists. And that's what I mean about, building the funnel. Because in the past, like I said, I was just commenting on people randomly, not even keeping track. And now what I'm doing, I'm choosing at least 5 letters out of my collections to go through that list, and I can talk to those people in my collections. Now, Isaac, 50 people is a lot, and it might seem like a lot. And honestly, it could be overwhelming at first, but it's really not, especially because what we did at first, we posted on Facebook and Instagram our post. Make sure that you reach out to those people that are liking your page. Make sure that you reach out to those people that are commenting on your photos, and make sure that you listen and you watch who's watching your stories. And I have a rule of thumb. If you see someone that watch 5 of your stories, that's a no-brainer that you gotta talk to them. You have to literally say, thank you for watching my stories. This is what I do for a living. I love what I do, and I help other people. Are you interested in learning about the business, or are you interested in joining a challenge group? So if you see someone that is watching your long story, especially me that I talk a lot in my stories, and they they stayed around for those 5, 6, 7, 8 stories that I put out every day, then I have to reach out to them, because obviously it's either they're just scrolling really fast and I will find out if they don't reply to my private message, or they're going to interact with me because they're watching me. So 50 people a day seems like a lot, but you have all the resources. You have all the people that are commenting on your photos. You have all the people that are watching your Instagram stories and Facebook stories. You have all the people that you're putting your funnels in those connections that you're building. So you're always going to have someone to talk to. And that's the whole point of expanding, making sure that you always have someone to invite. And speaking of inviting, that's another thing that we need to make sure that we always have something to invite them to, right? So I know we just started our challenge group last week and we're on week 2, but I'm already setting up the date for our next challenge group, which is mine is going to be the 13th of August, because I want to make sure that they know something else is coming for them. I want to make sure that they have an urgency of signing up before the deadline. So you have to make sure that you always have something to invite them to. whether it's going to be a business opportunity call, whether it's going to be a challenge group, a sneak peek, whatever it is, and whatever your calling is, whatever works for you, do it, but make sure that you have a game plan in mind. That's what we're trying to establish right now, a game plan, so you don't go at this blindfolded like I did for the beginning of the year. And I got results, but like I said, it was mainly my warm market that was following me, and my warm market that had my back and purchased our challenge pack and did our workout programs and did our nutrition, and they worked for them. But now I'm finding, the grind, because I need to. I don't have anyone else, and I need to look for certain ways to do things in different ways. So connecting with 50 people again seems like a lot, but trust me, it's good. It's not a lot, and before you know it, you'll be talking to hundreds and hundreds of people a day. And hopefully that's something that you can do. And again, this is something that you can build within an hour. If you notice, I put a little time frame. You can recruit or connect people to your connections for the first 25 minutes. The birthdays only takes me about 5 minutes. The interacting with people, finish the hour strong, 30 minutes strong, inviting people, commenting on them, making sure that you build a relationship. So I'm trying to take this as a full-time job, but you don't have to take this as a full-time job to start with. Make sure, like Sal said last week, schedule yourself at least an hour, at least 30 minutes here and there, so you can start doing this and you can actually start working your business with the game plan, with the blueprint, and not just throwing everything on the wall and see what sticks. So motivation is what gets you started, and we've all been motivated, and we're already all here. We're here for a reason, and the reason that we're here sometimes is not the best commitment that we can tell ourselves or give ourselves, because sometimes we're just here so we can make Isaac happy. Sometimes we're just here because our husband or our wives are in the call. But make sure that you set up your commitment today. Make sure that you deliver that greatness to yourself, because you owe it to yourself. You've been putting so many hours in this business that we need to start, getting some results. We need to start helping more people, and we need to start bringing that income, because at the end of the day, that's what one of our goals is to spend more time with our family. And working a full-time job, working two full-time jobs, it gets difficult. So make sure that commitment is there. Make sure that greatness is there. Make sure that we finish the year strong, because I still put a 2018 here on the bottom left, and that's because the year's not over. The month for beating your best is not over. So I need you guys to build your best. I need you guys to make sure that you're committed today, because commitment is what really develops, or what really distinguishes greatness from not. So that is exactly what I'm going to be working on for the next few days. I am in Success Club 4, and I will be my best this month. And I want every one of you to make sure that we beat our best. We still have time for this month, so make sure that we commit today. Now we'll just open up the floors for some questions. We have 10 minutes, and I don't know how to get out of this. Oh, nice. There you are. I thought I had ended the call.
Great job, love.
Awesome. So if you guys want to go around, I don't know if you guys think.
Excellent job. I wanted to ask you about the collections, right? I went in there and I saw, I think it is protected. So collections, basically you were saying to put them from A through Z. Could it also be like, for example, July collection, August collection? That way in September, I go back to July, who was on the fence and they didn't purchase, and then reach out to them again? Or
of course, yeah, definitely. Like I said, it's what works for you. This is the beauty of our business, that there's a lot of methods that you can run your business, and if that works for you, trust me, this is something that it's brand new to me as well. So I'm trying to do this the way that I was taught, and hopefully it works for me. And if not, I have to tweak it. I have to make sure that I modify it and see what works for me. But that's a great idea as well. That way you can know who to talk to in that month, and whoever is, maybe next month, maybe next check or whatnot, you already have them on that list.
Okay, just wondering, and like the system, or what can work, but okay, that's an idea. All right, thank you for that.
Thank you.
You're muted.
Squirrel.
You're muted. Mute.
There. I don't think he was talking.
Yeah, he is.
Talking. Hello? Hello? No? Okay. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, you can?
Sí, ya ahora sí, you were on mute.
No, I don't know. I lost the sound. But anyway, I'm having to log on my phone for the audio. But I think you did a great job on the call. A couple of things I absolutely love the energy and the and the enthusiasm on your voice, and that's huge and it helps. So thank you for that. Squirrels, stop putting squirrels on my screen. I think building a game plan. I was reading something over the weekend, and I read that what doesn't get measured, it doesn't progress or something like that. So putting really specific guidelines to the activity and the game plan that you just presented is great. I do agree Facebook is fantastic to be able to connect with people. But I do agree with with Instagram being able to connect with individuals there. I know that when I built my Instagram page, man, this is probably like 6 or 7 years ago. I started doing that specifically, just going in, liking 5 pictures, comment on one, and that's how I built my following. And it seems like that's still in place, but there's a huge opportunity here with the hashtags and the stories and location specifically. So thanks for sharing that. I'm currently at 0, and I will have a new coach this week join our team. Yeah, I know, but I do need to hurry up and be my best, which is 2. So yeah, so I still have to meet plus 5.
That's awesome. I have a couple of prospects that I want to be coaches too, but we'll see how that goes. It's a really hard conversation, because they want to know how much they're going to be winning, because I have a couple of fitness instructors that are looking to join us, and I think they would do great. It's just that cold feet that they get, so I just have to keep on showing up. I think that's what's going to help me get them to realize that this is a real thing. And I think we're on the right path. I think all 3 of us, 4 of us, 5 of us that are usually on this call we're doing amazing, and hopefully this helps everyone so we can the grind. It's time to fall in love with the grind, because for myself, I talk a lot. At the end of the day, sometimes I don't deliver, so it's time for me to have that mind shift and go at it.
Yeah, I agree.
I am currently at Success Club 2 points. So I want to be able to finish with 5, and just being able to organize my time and organize the plan. I know what you mean about so many ideas that we hear, and trying to implement all of them, it's crazy, and I have tried, I remember trying Teamsy and trying what was the other one, to keep track of all the people. Oh no, a journal. and then a spreadsheet, and it just gets very, very complicated. And instead of simplifying it, you're like, wait, did I talk to this person? So I think it's following your style and your instinct. But if you have a place like on your phone to keep track of it, that's the best. That's the best way because you could do it anywhere.
Completely agree. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording if you guys don't mind.